think in the world that we live in, it's important to acknowledge that there is evil in the world and there are bad decisions, even made with good intentions. I was thinking of that most recently because I took a terrific 3-week trip to Asia. And I was in Vietnam and then Cambodia. And like some of you, I'm sure you remember Vietnam. Well, I, of course, remember Vietnam from the 60s when I was going to be drafted to go over there. Fortunately, I was able to go to college and then to graduate school, and I was the very first lottery when they picked your birthday out of a hat, and if you had a high number, you weren't going to get drafted, and I was among those fortunate people. Unfortunately, I had friends who weren't so lucky who did go to Vietnam, and some of them did not come back, and some of them came back damaged, either physically or mentally or both. So it was really interesting to me and emotional to go to Vietnam and see what there was to see. I wondered how they would feel about Americans, and I went to the War Museum, the Vietnam War Museum, and of course was horrified by what I saw there. Terrible things were done, the bombing, the dropping of Agent Orange, and, in a country of 50 million people, I think there were 3 million casualties, most of whom were non-combatants. And yet people talk about it as if it is their history, but it's not their future. And I think that I really got an appreciation for how they survived the French occupation, both, from the 1800s up until the 1950s, the Japanese occupation during World War II, the French again, the Americans, and now, they are citizens of the world. And it's a real argument for countries that eventually, whether they're communist, whether they're capitalistic, do they make the lives better for the people who live there? The second question that I had was, when I looked at it through their eyes, I wondered how they could still forgive us for what happened, how they could forgive the French. And of course, that goes to the question that I ask in all my books of why is there evil in the world? Why do people do bad things?